The first things that come up when thinking about Red Bull are probably energy drinks, extreme sports, and high-performing athletes. The way we see this energy drink comes from years of accumulated branding and a strong brand message. But just like most brands, they come from humble beginnings. At first, consumers didn't want the drink. There was no market for it yet. But the founders were still able to convince consumers and health officials, making Red Bull one of the most established energy drink brands. The story of this globally known energy drink began in Thailand. In a small village in the province of Phichit around 1923, Chaleo Udidaya was born. Chaleo was the third of a 5-child family and hailed from a financially weak background. He had little formal education and dropped out of school early and started working for his parents. His parents were of Chinese descent. They were fruit traders who also raised ducks for a living. Growing up, Chaleo began aspiring for a different kind of life. This feeling made him move to Bangkok, the lively capital of Thailand. There he started working as a pharmaceutical salesman at a chemist shop run by his big brother. He worked there until the early 1960s. Finally, he had saved enough money to start his own pharmaceutical company. He named the company TC Pharmaceuticals. Although the business never became huge, he made enough profits to have a pleasant life. Chaleo noticed a shift in Thailand's economy. More and more people worked in factories or distribution. A large group of Thai people worked long hours or even at night. For example, truck drivers consumed Japanese energy drinks in large quantities to stay awake during their long drives. Chaleo immediately decided to make his energy drink. Early in the 1970s, the formula was ready. The drink made by Chaleo got the name Krating Deng. Krating Deng has the same logo as Red Bull, a yellow circle and 2 Red Bulls. Graphic designers rely on design elements. Why? Because they need to create smashing logos that would appeal to their customers. The designer uses graphic elements that match the emotions of the message they want to convey. The yellow circle takes the role of the sun. This cosmic element represents life, light, energy, and influence. It is also seen as a symbol that represents growth, strength, health, and passion. The 2 Red Bulls are wild gaurs. This is a bovine species native to Southeast Asia and called Krating. The Red Bulls give hidden emotions to the brand. A bull symbolizes strength, confidence, stability, and endurance. Most prominent is the color red in Krating Deng's logo. Deng is the Thai word for red. Red evokes love, passion, and strength. Together with the yellow sun in the background, it shows an energizing feeling. Although Krating didn't sell that much at first, Krating beat the competition in 1 year. Everyone except Liptuvatundi, the Japanese energy drink brand. This was only short-lived. In the years that followed, Krating became the biggest. They even knocked Liptuvatundi from the throne. Was Chaleo's recipe so much better? That depends on who you ask. What we can observe is the unconventional way of marketing for the time being. Chaleo addressed its marketing to everyday people, laborers, truck drivers, and farmers. At the time, it was more common to target the Thai elite. Coming from poverty himself, Chaleo knew all too well how it was to be a low-paid worker pulling tiresome night shifts. They could use an energy boost. You can imagine that gave Krating a broader audience to sell to. He showed ads of workers relaxing on a wooden platform in a rural area, sipping from Krating Deng glass bottles. Krating sponsored Muay Thai championships to create an association between Krating and Thailand's beloved sport. Arriving in the 1980s, Krating went international, first in Singapore and later in Hong Kong. In the meantime, an Austrian salesman was on his way to Thailand for his vacation. The man's name was Dietrich Mateschitz. Dietrich was born in Austria on May 20, 1944. He studied marketing at the contemporary Vienna University of Economics and Business. It took him 10 years to finish his education. Rumor has it that he was in no hurry to finish his education, as he loved teaching skiing so much. After his education, Dietrich started working at Blend Dax. Here he worked in the marketing department of Blend Dax toothpaste. On a well-deserved vacation to Thailand, he first came into contact with Krating Deng. It cured his jet lag, Dietrich said. Impressed by this drink, he approached Chaleo. Chaleo was skeptical at first. Yet, persuasive as Dietrich was, Chaleo decided to put their hands together. They sealed a deal to share 49% of the company's share each, while the remaining 2% was for Chilo's son. Dietrich and Chaleo both put $500 on the table as a starting investment. In 1984, the founded Red Bull UMB. Dietrich would be in charge of the new company's operations, while Chaleo would continue to run Krating Deng in Thailand. For 3 years, Dietrich analyzed the market and worked on the concept and design. When he hired a research firm to test the product, the result was disastrous. The trial group said the drink tasted disgusting and left a sticky feeling in their mouth. They didn't believe in the taste, the logo, or the brand. The first challenge for Dietrich would be to westernize Krating Deng and make it appealing to the Europeans. The basic formula was pretty much the same, although he carbonated it. Now, remember in 1980 or 80s, you couldn't simply make an Instagram account and join the content rat race. To win the battle of attention with your competition, you have to think outside the box. What does Dietrich mean by his statement? It comes down to the audience first and product second principle. If you look closely, you will see that Red Bull sponsors many events where they feel their target audience is. They even organize events themselves. The attention goes to the event and the attendees, but the Red Bull brand couldn't be overseen. In the beginning, Red Bull handed out free samples to promote its product. Word of mouth takes care of the rest. One of the most creative campaigns I've ever seen was Red Bull strategically putting empty cans in trash cans and on tables at popular bars. Now imagine yourself having a few drinks at your favorite bar when you notice empty cans of a yet unfamiliar brand. This will evoke some curiosity. That's a pretty well thought out guerrilla marketing plan. Today, Red Bull has 25% of the energy drink market, which roughly equals $2.89 billion in sales. They had to create the market themselves. How did they do it? They went straight to their target audience at college parties, libraries, coffee shops, and bars. They went full guerrilla in the early days by giving free samples in crowded places. This core ideology is still used today. Bring the people to the product. Red Bull's target audience is most of the time identified as young persons that live on the edge or aspire to do so. Remember, we are still talking about the early days of Red Bull's marketing plan. First, Dietrich focused on the club scene, because there is no vodka Red Bull without the bull. They would give their student ambassador packs to give away at parties. They throw parties at different locations, supplied by Red Bull. But Dietrich didn't want to be only a student party mixer. With the same strategy in mind, they spread out their wings, starting with a mountain running the contest and sponsoring Gerhard Berger, an Australian F1 driver. Today, Red Bull even has e-sport teams and sponsors heaps of other branches. The energy drink giant brought out different tastes to target different kinds of audiences. Products like sugar-free, Red Bull Zero, cranberry, lime, etc. This way they can reach different segments of society. You could argue that Red Bull promotes a high-energy lifestyle more than it's trying to sell cans of energy drinks. From its start, they used the slogan "Red Bull gives you wings," insinuating higher performance after consumption. That idea gets backed up by the type of advertisement. Sponsoring and hosting extreme sports events and working with influencers in the field. By sharing the content and giving the influencer a platform to perform, they build their brand to the top. In this way, the energy drink cultivates a real connection with its consumers. When you promote or host successful events which people love, and your brand gets associated with it, you made it. This phenomenon creates a loyal community of adrenaline enthusiasts and athletes. By sponsorship and ownership of sports teams, Red Bull keeps engaging with the customer more deeply. a deeper way than traditional advertising ever could. The marketing reach of Red Bull nowadays is huge. From television commercials, influencers, and sponsored events, you name it. Red Bull focuses on 3 significant tactics to attract its target audience. 1. Publishing high-quality content in different media outlets. 2. Large-scale attention-grabbing publicity stunts that influence almost everyone. This spreads the brand message throughout the world. 3. Sponsoring events in different categories and countries to attract a young audience. The scale of the third point is huge. From sponsoring cliff diving events to skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding, and yes, soapbox racing. Ever heard about Felix Baumgartner? He was the man jumping from the stratosphere back to Earth in a spacesuit, breaking several world records including breaking the sound barriers while free-falling. This brought valuable data for future space exploration. This was one of the most viewed streams and videos of all time. In the 6 months immediately following Stratos, sales rose 7% to $1.6 billion in the US, according to research firm IRI, proving that sometimes when you make great content you don't need to sell your product. Sometimes you need to get out of the way, to let the content speak for itself. Matischitz's keen business acumen and strategic partnerships catapulted Red Bull into the international spotlight, making it one of the most recognized and consumed energy drinks worldwide. Beyond revolutionizing the energy drink industry, Matischitz's contributions extended to various sports and cultural events through Red Bull's extensive sponsorships and initiatives. His passion for extreme sports and innovative marketing tactics fostered a global community centered around adrenaline-fueled activities. Today, Dietrich Matischitz's legacy not only stands as a testament to entrepreneurial success, but also represents the spirit of pushing boundaries and embracing challenges with relentless determination. From humble beginnings to the thriving success of Red Bull, Dietrich Matischitz's journey inspires countless aspiring entrepreneurs to think beyond conventions and pursue their visions with unwavering persistence. As we reflect on Dietrich Matischitz's incredible journey, it serves as a reminder that every entrepreneurial dream, no matter how audacious, is achievable with perseverance, ingenuity, and a willingness to take calculated risks. Matischitz's story resonates with aspiring entrepreneurs, underscoring the importance of unwavering passion and a strong sense of purpose in the pursuit of business excellence and societal impact. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Dietrich Matischitz's remarkable odyssey. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful narratives of influential business leaders shaping the world of entrepreneurship. Let Matischitz's journey inspire you to embark on your own path toward transformative success and meaningful impact. Stay tuned for more empowering stories of visionary entrepreneurs,